Hello, welcome to After Sunset Sunday. I'm Tammy, I'm the Siberian Wind, and I'm glad you're here. I see I've got Rita and Cynthia and Judy have all put in messages. Thank you so much. And Cynthia, I definitely wish you and your sister very well. I hope she is going to be okay and that it's not something long term, that this is a temporary thing. Um, so, how are you guys doing otherwise tonight? How's all your family, Judy? Did everybody have a good 4th of July? Did you get to go see fireworks if you wanted to see them? Did you see family? What did you do for 4th of July? Drop it in the comments. Let me know. Just let me know. Come on now. Help me out. Help me out. I did get to go see fireworks. Our fireworks show this year was 16 minutes long, which is really impressive. Rita says that she's not really here, that her computer is. You are so funny, Rita. Thank you. I need the laughs. Today, I need the laughs. So I have been quilting this weekend. I got one quilt completely quilted, and even though I was running into issues, and then the quilt that I loaded to start working on today, I've gotten, I think, 6 rows in, and out of those 6, I think I had 2 that did not give me grief for whatever reason. So I will be calling the Bernina dealer tomorrow morning and see what we can work out and see if we can figure out what the heck is going on. Judy says she saw fireworks and went to a cookout and had a great time with friends and family. That's awesome. Welcome in, Patricia. Glad you're here. I am going to start sewing. I really need to sew. Like, it is imperative. It is imperative that I sew. Oh yeah, you didn't have to go anywhere to see them, Rita. 2 blocks. That's really close. You heard that? Gunfire and police sirens? Yeah. I'm good. All right, so this is the block I'm doing. I randomly colored it in on EQ. This is an EQ printout, and I am not using these sizes. I am using the pieces that we cut out a while back with the funky colors. Hey, Kathy, glad you're here in the chat. Welcome in. I just was watching your video a little bit earlier, just a little bit. I haven't sat down and really done a whole bunch of paying attention, but first day out of surgery, and you were not looking too bad. Not looking too bad for just having gotten out of surgery. So this block, I'm going to talk about it for just a second. This block consists of 4 different colors plus your background. So the first color I'm picking up is this print. And I'm actually going to go ahead and pick up all the ones for this block. So there's that one, there's this one, and I'm just randomizing which ones I grab. Basically, I need to go through them all anyway, so it's whatever order I grab them in and want to put them together in. Oh, thank you, Kathy. She says, I love that block. You took Saturday and Sunday off and rested. Good deal. You needed to take that time off. So I have a friend that is also doing a card trick block, and her card trick block is all squares and rectangles. So, but mine isn't. Mine is, this is the card trick block. It's called card trick, like deck of cards, card trick. So you need 4 fabrics for it, plus your background fabric. And so I previously cut all my background and all of my fabrics to make these blocks. And so we're just going to go through them. We're just, as I can work through it. Oh yeah, fireworks the other night during live with William. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, you made one in a table runner. Yeah. I have not done the card trick block in a really long time. I've done all of the elements to the card trick block the way that it is drawn up here, but I haven't done one in a really long time. So I'm going to bring it closer to the camera so you guys can really see it. So there's going to be 4 half square triangles. and that is going to be the outer portions of the block. So if you can see here with the pink, this is your half square triangle with your background. And then here with the orange, same thing. And then same thing with the yellow, and same thing with the purple, okay? So I'm going to do the half square triangles first, and then I'm going to lay it out and see exactly what I need to do all of the half square triangle stuff, because it's kind of confusing me. So we're going to play it by ear. We're going to see what we can do and just play it by ear. So the first thing I need is just one of my backgrounds with each of my fabrics for the block. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to do 1 and 1 and 1 and 1. We're just going to make it simple because I'm not fighting with this. I'm not fighting with it. Ooh. Now I could sew directly on the diagonal and make the piece bigger. But I don't think I sized my other pieces up for that. I'm not sure. Oh, that's fine, Kathy. Just be careful. She says she's going to be lurking in her sewing room and trying to clean up a little. That is fine. That is absolutely fine. Just like I said, just be careful, please. So, I mean, this shows that you're going to be cutting the half square triangles and then sewing them together. So we're going to sew one half square triangle on each side. Yeah, it is definitely card trick. It is not magic trick. I don't know if there is a block named magic trick. I'd be kind of curious to find out though. That would be interesting. That would be very interesting. So yeah, I did go do something fun. So on Saturday, it's the Saturday before the fair opens, our city has a sidewalk chalk festival. So they invite everyone to come out and come participate. There's no age limit. You don't have to be a kid. You can be an adult and participate. But they invite everybody to come out and draw using sidewalk chalk, and they provide sidewalk chalk. And make your drawings and all of that. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. 100% non-medicated and walking and getting up without assistance. But there's always something that can happen. Being very careful where I put my feet. Yes, please. Please, please, please be careful. So I went and I took my cushion because I don't sit on the floor very well. After I broke my tailbone, it hurts. So I took my cushion and sat on the sidewalk and colored, and I'm smart about it. I know that sounds kind of crazy to be a little conceited, but I am smart about it. I went and started at the top of my drawing and then started working my way down. Welcome in, Melina and Susie. Good. Glad you guys are here. Glad you guys made it. Thank you. So we're sewing slow tonight. I've already tried to do a little bit of other stuff tonight. Since my quilting is not working. Hi, Pam. Glad you're here. So since my quilting is not working, I decided to piece and work on some stuff I needed to work on. And lo and behold, I've had boo-boos with that too. So we are taking this very slow. I wanted to sew something. I wanted to bring out, or was going to bring out, a piece, but I needed to do a lot of pressing and then a lot of cutting. I couldn't sew very quickly with it because I really just need to do pressing and cutting. That's all I have for it right now. Welcome in, Linda. Oh, you took a nap and now wide awake. Oh, perfect. There we go. But I'm not in the mood to cut tonight. I know I'm going to have to do some cutting, but I'm just really not in the mood. Let me grab my good scissors that I like. I really haven't unpacked anything to be back up here. I have literally been over at the quilting machine the last 2 days. I think I've been over here all of maybe 5 minutes sewing a backing together, and that was it. That was literally it. All right, let me grab a ruler, and we're just gonna cut off the extra, and if I can use it later, then I will use it for this project. If not, it will go into another project. So we can sacrifice one block should I have royally messed this up. So we'll see how the one block goes, and then we'll go from there. So I'm not sewing the other half of the half square triangles. I have been busy, Kathy. I have. I literally got an entire quilt loaded and quilted yesterday. Yes, Rita, I am. Yeah, it's all half square triangles, and it's going to be hourglass units too. It's going to be a lot of crazy stuff. Hi, Jess. Glad you're here. Oh, Kathy's been watching Hallmark Christmas in July movies, and now, Christmas in July. I need to be watching that. I totally need to be watching that. That's going to get me into all the feel goods after all the stress. I literally got my, hey, Sean, welcome in, and Susan, glad you both are here. It's quilted. Oh my gosh. Susan, you are so fast with that. I'm glad that is you. It's almost bedtime. Yes, I understand that, Sean. I totally get it. Oh, you're cutting Tasha's quilt. Fantastic, Jess. I briefly caught some of her posts, but I haven't gotten to go back and watch the full thing. Welcome in, Joan. Oh, perfect. Yeah, I caught a little bit of Tiffany, but I had to take a break from all sewing and quilting. I was so frustrated that I took a break from the quilter and then came over here and decided to work a little bit. And of course, I was running into roadblocks because it was something that I need to brain power through. And then I finally got a little bit of a breakthrough. I just worked for like an hour on it, got a little bit of a breakthrough, and then went and took a break to get the whole good feelings to stay. You know, when you have something really rough happen, it's always a positive to get something positive to happen and have something like work out the way you want it to or need it to, etc., etc. And then when you come back, you will have that still warm, fuzzy feeling about sewing and quilting. So I try to never leave my sewing on a bad note. Some days it's really hard. Some days it's incredibly hard. Today was one of those days, but I did manage to get it going. Yeah, that's fantastic, Susan. She's gonna make a cup of tea and get in her jammies, and so I love that plan. You know, I could almost go for another retreat weekend. I don't have time this weekend, but I totally could go for it. Totally could go for it. Okay, so here's one of my half square triangles. I haven't trimmed the dog ears. I'm just going to look and see if they're all about the same size or close enough, because I really don't want to trim right now. Oh, well, it helps if I use the right end of the ruler. I was going for the going down numbers instead of the going up numbers. All right, so we're about 2 3/8 on both sides, thereabouts on that one. Yeah, it's on the first Tuesday. It's on the first Tuesday, Joe. So we just had it this past Tuesday. So the next one will be, let me grab my calendar and I'll tell you. It is going to be August 5th. So August 5th will be the next show and tell. But you can go ahead and start submitting things now. So you can send me an email or however. And just go ahead and start submitting things now. And that way I'll have them for the show and tell. So that way you get counted for it. Everybody loved what you submitted last time. So it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, they're about 2 3/8. That's what I'm coming up with. The year is passing incredibly quickly, Kathy. Oh my gosh, like crazy quickly. Crazy quickly. Okay. So all 4 of these go into the center of the quilt, or center of the block. So what I think I'm going to do, yes, yeah, absolutely, Judy. She says she definitely started submitting them. Yeah, I saw. I was like, oh my gosh, they're already coming in. Yeah, so absolutely go ahead and email me. Go ahead and Facebook, drop them in the Facebook group. It's perfectly fine. And I am eating gobstoppers. In case you were wondering, I am not taking meds. I am just eating gobstoppers. Just because I can. That's literally all there is to it. Just because I can. Okay, so I'm debating on how I want to do these. I really should have looked at this really, really well beforehand. But of course, did I do that? No. Why would I do something like that? Why would I do something like that? Okay, so looking at this. Ooh, okay. So the off-cut pieces I will be able to use. That's going to go into the outside pieces. And then the inside pieces are all these bigger squares cut twice on the diagonal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of each of my big squares, because you need 4 large ones and 4 smaller ones. So I'm going to take all 4 of the larger ones, stack them together, and do one set of cuts. I don't want to do multiples. Oh, fantastic. Jen finished the gray quilt top she was doing at the retreat, and her husband likes it. I'm glad for that. Oh, yeah, when you got to wait for backing, it has to go on the back burner. I actually have quite a few quilts that need backing, too. You are in good company. You are in very good company for that. I need to get my quilting working so that I can quilt more of the quilts. If not, if I don't get it working, then I will probably only have 1, 2, 3, I think 9 total of the quilts that I've made available for auction. So if I can't get it working, that's what we're going to be stuck with. And I was working on a quilt of valor, and yeah, I can't get it going. Cannot get it to work the way it's supposed to. I've turned it off, turned it back on, like I've done the whole shebang trying to get it working. And I've even said a few choice words, but I wasn't on YouTube, so we're okay. So, do you ever say some choice words at your machine just because you can? And just because nobody else is listening and watching? I do occasionally. I even have a potentially new sticker for Beauty, because she's going to be all inked up with all the stickers. And that felt like it was wrinkled, but maybe not. Maybe not. We're going to see what happens. But yeah, she might end up getting a new sticker, and I was holding off on it because I wasn't sure, because it's very spicy, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to put it on her. But after this debacle, I think she's earned the spicy sticker. She's earned the spicy ink. Isn't that sad? She's earned her place. All right, so I have 4 triangles. There's a stack of 4. And so I'm going to just position them how I think I want them in the block. And that's going to determine where my cards go as I assemble the block. So we are just going to assemble that. And let's see, do I want to rotate? Yeah, we're going to rotate. Okay. I've got my order. I have about 8 tops that need quilting. Glad they aren't that big and I can do them on the domestic. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of them that I could like walking foot quilt on Ricky here, but I really don't want to. I would rather put them on the quilt frame and use Beauty and quilt them where they're going to be even prettier than what they started out as. And it's kind of hard if Beauty is not cooperating. She did not sign up for this plan, apparently. And it's just been since I got her home from the spa day. So, I know there's a fix. There's got to be a fix. So I'm not super worried. I'm just stressed because it puts me off of my time limit, or my time frame. So, it's all of that. All right. Let me get this trimmed. Okay, so this is my last half square triangle. It was still sitting on the machine. So we're going to press it. I think I've got probably 15 or 20 quilt tops that need to be quilted. So I am way behind on all of that. All of that. Sorry guys, emails are coming in. That's why I've got notifications going off. Don't worry about it. It is perfectly okay. So who all is sewing tonight? Who all is sewing something? And what are you sewing? What has piqued your interest that you are willing to sew tonight? Let's see. I think I'm just going to take this off and get it pressed so I can load it back up. So my little center piece with all those little bitty triangles. Oh, yay! Cynthia, I'm glad you're here. She's here until the nurse comes in the room. That is absolutely fine. I totally get that. I really hope your sister gets to feeling better real soon. It stinks to have family in the hospital, much less ICU. So I know how stressful that can be. Ugh. I know how stressful it can be. So the last time I had to go to the ER, it was actually with Tom. He fell and we were getting him checked out. Or no? Was that the last time? Yeah, I think it was. I could almost swear it was after. Because it was after my surgery. So, sometime after my surgery, he slipped and fell, hit his head. So we went to get him checked out. That is normal protocol for us. We don't let anything like that go unchecked for him. So we were getting him checked out. And they took him off to like a CT scan or something like that. So I decided to take a picture. Because they wheeled the whole bed out. They didn't even leave the bed. They didn't take him out of the bed and put him in a wheelchair. They just took him and the bed. And so I had a little bit of fun. And I took a picture of the empty hospital room. And said that I was sitting at the ER. And the responses I got from people, because there was no bed in the room, and it was just a big, vast, empty space, ranged from what in the world did you do to, oh my gosh, what happened? Like it was the gamut. I will cord here in a little bit, and then I'll be adding borders to the Battenberg. Ooh, that sounds very productive. As long as you are taking it easy and taking it careful, that works. You got to do that, right? You got to take it easy and take it careful. All right, so I'm going to press this real quick. And then I will have, actually, I'm going to spin my seams here in the middle so that I can get it to lay even a little bit more flat, I think, maybe. It might. We're going to see. Frustrating too. Ouch. She said, Cynthia said, frustrating too with this sister. It's the same song, 30th verse. How? You're wheeling around in your chair. I love that, Kathy. Hi, Laura. Welcome in. How are you feeling this weekend? We are all sharing how we are doing and any good news we have. We're sharing all the good news. So we're hoping that the good news is passing on to everyone. That's what we're going to go with, right? All right. So I think this is going to be my smallest block part of this, or smallest part of this block. So that is 4 different fabrics in an hourglass shape. So, oh, and it's not that much smaller than my half square triangles. So that's not too bad. So I'll have a little bit of trimming up, but it's not going to be bad. Okay. Nothing too late here. I was putting binding on a quilt and the ending didn't work out 3 times. Put it in timeout. It was too short and didn't lay flat. Yeah, absolutely. Tomorrow is a new day. Tomorrow's a new day. Oh, I hope you do get answers, Laura. She says she's got more tests tomorrow, so hopefully she'll get some answers. I hope so. I really hope so. All right, let me see. Okay, so we've got that. So let me lay this out real quick. That way I can kind of follow the direction that this is going. So I know what I'm doing with it because I'm a little confused. So in case you ever wonder, yes, I get confused too. Okay. So I've got this in the center. And then I've got these on the outer corners. So all 4 of my outside pieces. Okay. So now I've got to do the inside pieces, which means from the big square cut down into the smaller triangles, I'm going to use 1 of each of these. And I'm going to use 1 of each of my cutoffs from earlier. So I may actually have, instead of 1 block per stack, I may actually have 2 blocks per stack of pieces because I had 2 small squares and 2 large squares, and I think I only need 1 of each. I think we're gonna hope that that's all I need. Okay, so this one's gonna go. All right, this one's gonna go there. Nope. Yeah, that's gonna go there, and so I need to cut 1 of my large backgrounds down. Do I need to cut 1? Yes, I need to just cut 1. Okay. So we're going to try this. We're going to see if I can get this to work. And we're going to hope that I don't screw it up too bad. And if I do, it's only 1 block, right? That's what I'm going to remind myself of. It's only 1 block. And it's only fabric. It's not anything I can buy again, but it's only fabric and I will find a use for it if I did screw it up. Okay. All I know is that I have ulcers in my GI tract and a couple of strictures that are making it difficult for solid foods to go down. I may have to insert stents. Oh, yes. Okay, so Joan, I am doing a little bit of both. She's asking if I'm making this up or following a pattern. So I'm doing a little bit of both. So this is my pattern, and it is just a printout from EQ8, and I just printed out the 1 block. I didn't want a whole lot of blocks. I just needed the 1 block because I'm going to just make how many ever I can out of it, and then we're going to see how big it's going to be. I thought it was just going to be a baby quilt. It may actually be bigger if my math is now mathing. So we're going to see. And my sizes are not the sizes in that block. So this block was supposed to be 6 inches by 6 inches. My block is not going to be that big. Yes, Cynthia. She says that she needs to come up with a crochet or hand sewing project for the hospital. She's probably going to be here a lot. I got to train these nurses, right? So what I used to take to the hospital was I would take cross stitch. I would literally just take cross stitch with me to the hospital every time I went, and that would get me by. That would easily get me by. But that was me. That was what worked for me. Okay, so this is going there. Okay. I got out of order already. Imagine that. Kathy, she says, my math never maths. I have days like that. All right, so. All right, we are going to, it's going to be the same side of the square. Susan says the card trick block is fun. It is once you figure out exactly where you need things to be. And because I don't know where I want them to be, I'm having to figure this up kind of on the fly, but it's not the end of the world, right? It is only fabric and thread, and it's not the worst thing. Laura always travels with a crochet or hand project. Yeah, mine is always cross stitch. That is my hand project, because I can always set it down. If I need to recount, I can always recount. It's not going to be the end of the world if I lose count where I was. And, there's always a pattern, so I can always follow somebody else's design and not have to worry about coming up with my own. That's why I like it. Let's see. She's paralyzed from the chest down and very limited use of her arms and hands. 2 years now. I can make their lives a lot easier if they'll listen to me. Yeah. But, some of those nurses, the new ones, they just got out of school and they think they know everything, and they haven't met a patient that they don't know how to do everything for. And then the ones that have been there for forever, you can't tell them anything because they've already done it all. I think I'm going to pick up my cross stitch back up this week since I will be home. Oh, that's a fantastic idea, Kathy. I have got a cross stitch that I have been working on, but I keep just not working on it, if that makes sense. Like, I get bored with it, and it's not my favorite topic. Like, it's not my favorite cross stitch, but I'm not doing it for me. But I really should get it done. I really should. It's been a while, so I really should just get it done. I should just suck it up and get it done. But am I doing that? No. No, I am not. Hexies for basting, yes, that would work. Small quilt to hand quilt, and books are what Susan takes. Now I do have a hexie project, and I have an octagon project. Ooh, I could start taking the octagon project, leave it in my car, because it would stay very well in my car. That would be perfect. My grandson's Christmas stocking needs to get done. I've been working on it for 2 years. Oh, is that all? That's not bad. I know that sounds crazy, but that's not bad. All right, let's see if I screwed this up. No, I did not. I don't think. Oh my gosh, did I screw this up? Oh, hang on. Let me see. Okay, I did not screw this up. I don't think I did. Okay. All right, so I've got my little two-sided half square triangle. So I am going to grab the fabric that it goes with real quick out of my stack of pieces. Hi, Mona. Glad you're here. Thank you for coming in tonight. I appreciate it. I am working on a card trick block tonight and just chit-chatting. I have not done this block this way before, and it's all half square triangles and hourglass blocks and all of that, and everything is cut smaller than the pattern, so I can't rely on the pattern for anything. Let's see. Cynthia says she hasn't cross-stitched in years. I don't know if my old lady eyes could handle it. Well, 14 count or 12 count, you can probably handle. That'd be easier to start back with. I have cross-stitch projects, but tend to need a lot of extra light to do it. I can pretty much crochet with my eyes closed since I've been doing it for so many years. I'll be taking crochet tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, the test can take 4 to 6 hours. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Ooh, oh gosh. Stop spamming emotes. Let me, sorry about that. Sorry about that, Joan. Nightbot is a little picky about the emoticons. I don't know what got into him, But yeah, that's what it is. It's all the smiley faces, the crying, laughing. Nightbot doesn't like all the symbols. Um, so yeah, I did cross stitch, and I have a little light that I haven't charged it in years, so I'd probably have to look up to see if it's even got battery power left. But is that the right one? That is the right one. Okay, I'm just double checking. But I have a little, kind of like a book light, and that gives me just enough light, and then I've got a magnifying glass that also has a light on it. I don't know, since I've put it down a few years ago, I don't know how easy it would be to pick back up, but that would still be kind of one of my go-tos. The octagon project would probably be my primary one though. Susan says she was sitting in the waiting room a couple of years ago waiting to be called in, was hand quilting a pillow front, ended up getting a commission to make some for a nurse. Oh, that's cool. See, good things do come to those who are waiting. To those who are waiting. All right. So this one, oh, I hope I did these right. We're going to find out shortly. It's a swallow test, and they have to watch it and follow through my system. They take periodic x-rays to see if there are more blockages. Yeah, take something to work on. That's going to take a little bit. Did I mess these up and do them the wrong direction? If I did, I'm going to have to do them all this direction. Oops. My bad if I did. I don't think I did, but I feel like I did. I'm not feeling it yet. I'm not feeling it yet. Yeah, the swallow tests are, and Kathy's asking if you have to take barium or whatever that is. Yeah, that's usually what they have to you have to take for those. I haven't done a swallow test in 9 years, and I am so very thankful for that. That was brutal. I mean, mine didn't have to go for very long, but I mean, like mine was an instantaneous, basically make sure there was no leaks. Ow, I hated that test. And that was just a short one. Oh, Laura says, Kathy, yes, I do have to drink all the yuck. Ooh. Yes, absolutely do some quilt pieces to sew up by hand. Yes, Cynthia. That would be so cool, because then you have memories that you've sewn into that quilt. So, is your sister in Oklahoma with you? And if so, what's going to happen when you get to move to Virginia? How is that going to work? If you don't mind me asking. I hope you don't mind me asking. I hope you know it's from a place of care. Mine last fall was so icky. Drink marshmallows, cracker. Yes. Well, Laura's having trouble getting anything down, so I didn't think about marshmallows. Marshmallows would be a really good chaser. Oh, they would be a fantastic chaser if you're allowed to have them. Marshmallows just kind of coat everything better than milk. Milk doesn't do it for me. Of course, I can't really do milk, but I had to do them before when I had bowel resections. Never thought I'd have to do another, right? I'm with you on that. All right, so here's my half square triangle or half hourglass kind of deal. So we are going to see how this goes. And I do not need to press them open necessarily, so I am going to press to one side, and I'm going to press away from the side that has the seam in it, just so I get the most use of the piece. All right, I should have grabbed my little board so you guys could see this. Oh, I should have grabbed my board because I can't really lift it up for you guys. All right, I think I'm going to have to just trim everything down here in a minute. So we're going to get this piece off the machine, and then we're going to press and then trim down. We're going to start with that hourglass from the center because it's the smallest piece, and then go from there. Problem is I haven't been able to keep anything solid down in about 6 weeks. I've lost nearly 20 pounds that I didn't have to lose. Ouch. Yeah, that's not good. I've gone down about 30 since April 1st, but I had it to lose. So it's fine when you have it to lose. It's not fine when you don't. I usually almost always have extra to lose. Oh, everybody I think is praying for you, Laura, because you've been through it in spades. I'm just glad you're here. Just glad you're here. I get to go tomorrow to a quilt shop. I am going to continue my shop hopping, and we are going to see what I find, if I find anything. I'm also going to go deliver the velveteen quilt. It is done. It is completely done. So everybody who saw it on the retreat, it is now 100% officially done. And I'm going to lower this light so it doesn't blind you guys. Kathy, you're so funny. She put in the chat, she says, I have plenty for everyone. If they need it, I will share. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. All right. I'm going to try to drive tomorrow. Oh gosh, Kathy. I want to know how that goes. Please. And please, for the love of everything, be careful. Because that is a whole new experience for you now. All right, so I can get it to 2 1/8, and that's the largest size I can make it. So I'm going to cut the 1/8. So when you are cutting an hourglass unit, if you can figure out what the halfway point is, mine is 1 1/16, then you position that in the center. And these rulers do not have 16th markings, but is halfway between the 0 and the 8. Hi, New Horizons. Okay, hang on. DJ, right? Please, I hope it's DJ. Honestly, my YouTube family and friends have been a fantastic distraction. Kept me sane. Perfect. Oh, good, Kathy. She says she hasn't had meds in over 24 hours. Huge sigh of relief for you to have that quilt done. You actually do have an idea. Susan was in the retreat watching me struggle with it. Be right back. I don't mind you asking. She has a really big bed sore. Oh, no. Yes, it does. Ouch, ouch, ouch. And even if you can't feel it, it still hurts. It affects everything else. It affects everything else. All right, so here is my 2 1/4. Yay, I got it right. Thank you, DJ. See, the more you come around, the more I remember. Mitch hasn't shown up tonight either. Hi, Doug. Glad you're here. He says, howdy, y'all. You have got to be in the South. Where in the South are you from? Where are you from? Because I got to know. Oh, fantastic. And DJ, if you have not started following Alicia over at Quilty Bird Piecing as well, you'll want to start following her starting no later than September, because she and Kathy are going to both be on my channel, and we're going to be collaborating. So you will want to join in. You will want to come and watch and hang out. All right, so since these are 2 1/8, I'm just going to trim on the half square triangles. I am just going to trim them roughly the first side, and then I will trim them up the second side better. So this is going to be a long process. Oh, you were live the other day on the 4th. Oh, fantastic. I have not watched anybody, so it's nothing against you. I haven't watched anybody. Oh, perfect, Kathy. She says she's already picking out fabrics for the quilts that we're starting in September. So I have my fabrics picked out for it, for the Yuletide sampler. But I'm also going to wait and see what my quilt shop vendor here comes up with, because I may buy a kit. If I like her fabrics, I may just go ahead and buy a kit myself too. I live in Marion, Arkansas. Grew up in Oklahoma. Visiting my mom and brother a few weeks in Oklahoma. Oh, perfect. That's good to hear, Doug. I'm so glad you came in tonight. Thank you, sir. Yes, it is fantastic. Kathy has not needed the meds. Oh my gosh. Okay, so these half hourglass blocks are also going to be trimmed up the same way the hourglass is. So that center point you have to match up. 12 miles from Memphis. Oh, okay. Well, Doug, I have a brother-in-law that lives in Memphis. Brother and sister-in-law that live in Memphis. So I know where Memphis is. I grew up in Alabama, so I lived all over Alabama except for Mobile. I did not live in Mobile. I didn't live that far south in Alabama. I lived that far south in Mississippi, but not in Alabama. So it's good to have you here. He's only going to be on here once a month. Are you talking about Sean, or are you talking about Mr. Siberian Wind? Because both of them are only on here once a month each. Oh. So yeah, we haven't set a date for July yet. I guess I need to get with him and see when we can do his live in July with me. Sean will be here July 20th. So we're gonna see when Mr. Siberian Wind can make it that isn't July 20th. Because I don't want, the two of them taking away from each other. Because they both have their own personalities. No, my husband is Tom. He, and Sean is the guy who sews. He was in the chat earlier tonight, but he's already gone to bed. He lives on the East Coast. He lives, Virginia, I believe. And he's got an Australian accent. So Sean is not my husband. Tom is my husband, but yeah, I will let him know you were asking about him, though. I think he'll get a kick out of it that somebody was coming here asking. Yeah, Sean is the guy who sews, yeah. He and I are working on Fab Farm, which is the farm animal inspired piece from Elizabeth Hartman. And unless somebody tells me otherwise, mine is going to become 4 baby quilts instead of 1 large quilt. He is doing much better. Susan is asking how he's doing because he got hit with a baseball. He is doing much better. He's not tender anymore. He will be going, let's see, Tuesday night he's got a couple of games, and then Wednesday morning he leaves out to go to Nebraska for some games as well. So he is ringing out the end of his last season as an umpire pretty darn well. He just got back from the Museum for Military Vehicles in Du Bois, Wyoming. So he just got back from that. He was there this weekend, but he's doing okay. I am almost through here. I only have 3 left to go, guys. The trimming on this is going to be insane. But if I do it as I go, then I won't have a big stack of them to do later like I do with all of my other projects. And that's why we could sew on this one tonight, because my other ones need a lot of cutting. They all need cutting. They are all either, well, actually, I take that back. They're all either cutting or they are pressing or something like that. Just stopped in a minute to drop a thumbs up. Oh, thank you. Oh, I hope she's doing okay, Doug. I hope she's doing okay. Hi, Katie Crafts. Welcome in. She says, hi, everyone. So we are working on a card trick block tonight, and I'm probably talking more than sewing, but that's okay. Every day does not have to be a lot of whatever. There we go. Kathy just dropped her link in the chat, guys. If you have not checked out her channel, please go check her channel out. Go subscribe and give her a thumbs up. Every channel can use a little bit of love. So don't forget to leave an appropriate comment on one of her videos as well. And if you're watching my feed and you're not subscribed, you do have to subscribe in order to be able to chat. But I do that just to keep down on the bots, so I don't have to worry about it a lot, and it keeps the work down a lot. So I don't have to have as many moderators and people actively monitoring everything in order to fix anything. So I don't tend to have that problem, but once you subscribe, it only takes 5 minutes or less. YouTube times it at 5 minutes. When you hit 5 minutes, then you can refresh the feed and then you're able to chat. So the super chat giveaway is coming up July 29th. Hi, Marlene. Welcome in. Welcome in. So the super chat giveaway is coming up July 29th, as well as the Christmas in July auction, all in the same live. I believe I will have help that night. I sure hope I do. Because it's going to be a busy, crazy night. All right, everything is trimmed. Everything is trimmed. I'm so excited. All right, so this is going to be a 9 patch. That's how this goes together. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to line everything up so I know which direction things are going. And the nice thing is, once you have all of these pieces put together, it is not hard at all to rearrange them so that they are all in the right place. So we're going to see. Had gazpacho and cold chicken for dinner. Oh, yum. I could have had tacos, but I didn't bother to fix any. So I will probably have tacos for dinner tomorrow night. Maybe. I've got a friend treating me. I had a friend treat me to lunch today. I have a different friend treating me to lunch tomorrow. And then I have my sew night tomorrow. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But whatever happens, I will have good food. There you go, DJ. Yes. Guys, if you've not checked out DJ's channel, the link is now in the chat for you. So you can go like, subscribe, and leave some wonderful comments. And I was air sewing for the last 2.5 blocks. Had a bowl of cereal, didn't feel like cooking. I had a bowl of chips. I didn't feel like fixing. Mine wasn't a matter of cooking it, it was already cooked. But I was out busy having lunch. Lunch took 2 hours. I was not expecting to take 2 hours for lunch. I am not a 2 hours lunch person normally. So I was not expecting that. It was okay. It was good company though. Let's see. I'm going to pull this thread out and not worry about it. Oh yeah, Kathy says no dinner, still no appetite yet. It will come back. And in my experience, when your appetite comes back, it comes back with a vengeance. And that's the only part that really stinks about not having an appetite post-surgery, is because it always comes back so rough. So rough. We're going to have something fast and easy tomorrow. It's going to be overwhelming, busy day tomorrow. Yeah, so like mine is too. So I've got to take the quilt that I finished for my client. I've got to take that in. And let me make sure I got the order on these right so I don't sew them together wrong. Okay, there we go. And so I'm taking that to my client's son, and he's treating me to lunch. And then I will come back home and go about the rest of what I've got planned. All my normal stuff for Monday. Yes, your body does need the fuel to heal. Oh, she got that for you for lunch today. Oh, good. The heat's been terrible lately. 101 in Arizona. Ugh, no. I'm glad I did not move to Arizona. No offense to those who live in Arizona, but I'm glad I didn't move there. I could not handle the 110 degrees. That would just, no. We were in 90s. We'll be back in 90s later this week. And our evenings get down to in like the 50s. So in the morning, you need a hoodie. And you always need to have one packed or, something along the lines of a hoodie or sweatshirt or something. You always need to have one packed in the car because if you get caught out somewhere, like let's say I get caught out super late in the day, I might need it after the sunset. Might need it. I can use all the support that I can get right now. We got an overwhelming amount of situations with my family members and friends. I understand that, DJ. I get you on it. I totally get it. Thinking about some popcorn. That makes me want to curl up under a quilt and hang out with you, Kathy. I could go for some popcorn and a soda and curling up under a quilt and watching a movie. Oh, that sounds so relaxing. I need it. I need that. And here you are suggesting it, and I'm nowhere near. Or you're nowhere near. I'll take my weather over yours any day. Oh. All right, guys. There's 9 patches coming together. I don't know if I want... Yeah, I'm going to press them. I'm going to press the rows. That way I don't have an oopsie that I could have fixed. We're not going to do that. Oh, 20%, so it's not too bad. Yeah, that's not too bad. But it's still hot. It's still really hot. Our humidity, I don't know what it's at right now. Last night was a little rough. We had a little bit of a storm come through and the humidity just climbed yesterday. Just absolutely climbed. All right. I don't normally have Coke in my house, but my hubby got me an 8-pack of the small Cokes just in case. Good deal. That's the way to do it. Just a little bit at a time. Basically taking it out of my hands to work on YouTube right now. There you go. That's a coping mechanism, and it works. It works. Potato chips is what I have been craving. That and pizza. Ooh. I just had pizza Friday night, I think. Something like that. It was before Tom left, so I think it was Friday night. And so he came home today and threw out the last of my pizza because I never finished it because I was too busy doing other things and eating other things. Oh, salty things, right? I'm trying to watch the sodium intake to help with keeping the swelling down. Yeah, sodium does not do well with swelling. Swelling is the antithesis of it. All right. Let's get this one under the machine. And then I have 2 Johnny's take and bakes. Ooh, that's really cool. We have not done a take and bake since we moved here. We did take and bakes for a little bit when we lived in Montgomery. But we haven't done one since we moved here. So I think the next pizza we get, I'm going to suggest that we go get a take and bake because we do have a take and bake here. We have a Papa Murphy's. And I haven't had that in forever. That sounds really, really good. And I just had pizza. Just had it. I have to be careful with the fat content right now. So I'm still watching my fat intake. So it's a bummer when it comes to anything with cheese and yummy stuff and anything that has fat in it it's yummy. That makes things really tasty. So what I had for lunch is probably over my fat intake for the day. But I'm not gonna fix it. Like, there's nothing I can do at this point. I figure a lot of people don't know what Johnny's is. It's a piece of place. See, didn't have a Johnny's anywhere else either. Ooh, they freeze them where you can do a take and bake. Ooh, that's cool. I didn't know about that. So Papa Murphy's is their take and bake, but like you go into the store and they kind of make your pizza very much like Subway makes your sandwiches. So you can actually stand there and watch them and then, adjust what they're putting on your pizza. And then they box it up and you bring it home and they give you instructions on how to bake it. But it's refrigerated, not frozen. I don't even know. I guess they have an oven to make their pizza crust in, maybe, but that's about it. Oh, the take and bake started during the COVID. Okay, gotcha. Now, Papa Murphy's was doing that well before. I don't think I've had a take and bake since then. Now I'm craving it, though. I'm so craving it. Tom and I both eat such different toppings on our pizzas. I am typically the white sauce and mushrooms and chicken and bacon or ham. I'd even do the ham and pineapple. Like I do those kinds of toppings, whereas Mr. Siberian Wind does beef and bell pepper or does just plain cheese. And I can't get behind the beef and bell pepper. Let's see, Sleep the Kitchen, which is delicious and during seafood. Ooh, that's awesome. Okay, I got it right. So we're gonna press it, and I will probably have to sash all of these because I don't want to make the quilt too seam heavy. And I may alter how I press the seams in future blocks just to get everything to lay down a little bit more beautifully, but there is always starch. There's always starch. See, we don't have a Raising Cane's here. I know what they are, but we don't have one. And I don't know that I've ever lived. Maybe I have lived one place that had a Raising Cane's, but it wasn't here. That's for sure. Let me grab my starch. We are going to starch this because I want it to lay a little bit more flat than it is. So we are going to starch it from the back. So that way I don't have any starch flakes on the front. Maybe able to Grubhub some pizza tomorrow. Ooh, that sounds like a plan. That sounds like a really good plan. They're opening one in Spokane in September. Ooh, very cool. I think they're putting a Panera Bread here. I will believe it when it actually appears. I don't trust it's coming. No, I don't trust that. Not until it shows up. Because I don't want to get my hopes up. Ooh, starching on the back on this really worked well. I think you guys are like that. She's diabetic, out of control for years, amputated legs, infection now in hip and is necrotic. Doctor afraid she won't survive surgery. Oh gosh, Cynthia. Oh, that's rough. Well, maybe she can pull a card trick out of her medical records. I got to throw a little bit of humor in there. So this is the card trick block. So these are really busy prints, so I already know it's a little bit harder to see. But this cream print is in these 4 spots. This purple print is probably easier to see. It's in these 4 spots. This one is what is that one? That is a pink. It's got a pink background, but it's really busy. And then this one has the green background. So this is a finished block, and it is tiny, guys. It's tiny. So it looks like it's going to square up at 5 1/4. I can get 5 1/4 easily. I might lose some of the outer points a little bit, but it will come up to 5 1/4. So we have our first card trick block. There's a Panera in Yakima. Not thrilled with the prices. No, I didn't say Panera was affordable. But I haven't had Panera in so long. Yeah, it is good, but it is pricey. You are not wrong on that. The One of my favorite things from Panera is the cinnamon crunch bagel, and then sliced and toasted, and that is lunch and or breakfast and lunch. So I do enjoy that. I do enjoy that. All right. So now we've made one entire block. So one entire card trick block. So I can make the same block one more time out of my my print squares. And let me see. These are my large ones, I believe, of my background. Okay, so all of my backgrounds are large ones. And I only need 2 to be large, or 2 to be, hang on, I'm trying to think. I need 2 of them to be smaller for the half square triangles. And then I need 1 so I can make, ooh, actually I already have these cut. These are for the half square triangles. So actually I can make quite a few blocks out of each. I can at least make 2 blocks out of each. So that's what we're going to do. So I will end up having more left over when all this is said and done than I thought I was going to have. So what I'm going to do, instead of cutting any of my large backgrounds down, I'm going to use the half square triangles that came off the other, and then when these run out, I'm going to slowly cut through those. Like, I'm not going to run through it like that. We've been watching her abuse her health for years. I've taken her to diabetic educators. She just chooses what feels good now and not what's best long term. It caught up to her. Yeah, it does. Laura says that they've got a Panera nearby, but never really been impressed with their food. It's good, but nothing to write home about, in my personal opinion, and it's expensive. So yes, it is expensive. And it's not an everyday food for me at all. Like, there's no way. Panera is like that comfort food that you didn't know you really wanted. It's like that for me. Maybe I got that sneeze. I think I got the sneeze. Okay. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the half square triangle here, leave this extra, and I'm just going to sew my half square triangle for this side, and then I will cut off the extra. Her body is basically destroying itself. Yes. Yeah, my aunt did that. And it's heartbreaking to watch. It really is. Oh, thank you, Nanette. Thank you. I still feel that sneeze though. It still is not gone anywhere. It's still there. But maybe I can avoid it for right now. We're gonna hope. I only have like less than an hour left. That's what we're gonna go with. I only have an hour left. So, oh my gosh, you know what? It is. It's difficult to deal with. Yeah, absolutely, Laura. I hear you on that. All right, so this Tuesday is the 8th. So we got 8th, 15th, and 22nd. And then we'll have the big celebration night. So you guys have 3 weeks to get everything in for the oh my gosh, for the super chat giveaway. So much damage to your body that is irreparable, too weak to heal itself. Yeah, that's rough. So is she staying in Oklahoma when you move, or is she moving with you, or what's going on with that? What do you want to just pop to a shot of insulin? Ugh. So yes, it's incredibly hard to watch it happen. To watch somebody consciously choose to not care because you wonder why they don't care when you care so much. And it's really difficult, so I understand that. Not that it makes it any better, but I do understand. And guys, in case you wonder, I did run out of background. So my background does have some seams in it. So don't be afraid of putting your background, putting your fabric together and make it. So super chat. Okay, good question. So when you are in the chat, you're gonna, and welcome in Shelly, by the way. There is a little $ looking thing that you can click, and that gives you the options of super chats that you can enter. You're not required to enter super chats for anything except the super chat giveaway. So anybody who wants to contribute, doing a super chat, every super chat that you do gets you 1 ticket entry. You can do it as a super thanks after the live. So if for some reason you weren't able to do it during the live, you can also do super thanks after the live, and I will get it that way as well. And so everything that you contribute gives you a raffle ticket. So you're not just sending me money or sending money through YouTube just to send me money. You are actually earning something for it. You are getting a raffle ticket for it. So I'm giving away quite a few items. I don't have an exhaustive list yet. I'm giving away quite a few items on July 29th, in addition to auctioning off quilts. And so those super chat giveaways are going to happen. There you go. Thank you, Kathy. She said super chats still like this. So Kathy, you now have another raffle ticket. Congratulations. So yeah, if you want to, you can. You don't have to. But anything that you contribute does help my channel. Cynthia says, my mother was the same way and took care of her for the last 9 years of her life. You would think my sis would see and learn to do better. Nope, not around. Too busy taking... yeah, no. Not cool. Not cool. Yeah, destroying your body is, I guess... I kind of destroyed my body by getting a tattoo, but I respect my body in so many other ways. So, there's always those people who think it's, crazy to do that to your body. Okay. So, yay. Awesome. There we go. So, Laura, you now have another raffle ticket as well for the Super Chat giveaway on July 29th. Now, the nice thing about Super Chat raffles or Super Chat giveaways, they are raffle tickets, but every Super Chat, you don't necessarily have to be present to win. And that's the other nice thing about Super Chat raffles when I do them, is that you don't you don't have to be present to win. So your Super Chat acts as your placeholder. I will find you. One way or the other, I will find you. So you don't have to be present to win for the Super Chat. Cynthia says she's now the oldest in her family and gets to play the matriarch and power of attorney and whatever else my sips need. I get that. I totally get that. Ooh, this pink really shows up better than the last one. So we're going to see if it stays showing up better. We're going to see. I'm going to go ahead and sew the center pieces real quick. And I can't do the hourglasses until I lay this all out, because I'm not, or the middle hourglass, and I can't finish. Well, no, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I can do these. Laura's laughing. She says, I don't type very fast. And she was saying that Kathy beat her to it. I love you guys. You're so funny. I love it. I love it. You guys are making me smile tonight. Thank you. I needed that. I needed that a lot. A lot. Okay. All right, so I've got these other ones. Ooh, okay, so I can just cut one and then, I can go ahead and pair these. We're going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and cut one of my large background squares. It may sound bad, but this is one of the reasons I can't wait to be in Virginia. Oh, there you go. Not having to take the consequences for her actions. Yeah, I understand that. And it's not unkind to not want to watch it. It is not unkind at all. It's not bad or unkind to not want to or be able to watch it. It's not human nature to want to watch something be destroyed like that, especially when you have some kind of investment in that person or thing. It just makes it more heartbreaking. And my dog is down here putting his paw on my leg. All right. He just didn't like me being there. Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Please get it elevated, Kathy. Have a good evening. Have a very good evening. Okay, so let's grab that. And I'm going to see how I need to put these on there, because this is going to be the same in every block regardless. Okay. Let's see. Yes. Yeah, you have to take care of yourself first. Just like when you get on the plane and the stewardess or steward or whoever, the airplane people that give you food, provided that they give you actually food anymore. The airplane workers, just like they say, get your oxygen mask on before helping those who are traveling with you. They say that for a reason, because you could only do so much to help someone else. And if you don't help yourself first, your amount of time to help someone else is limited. So it is always important to help yourself first. Not saying you can't care, but you have to help yourself first. So, all right, almost to the last little piece that I can do without doing anything else before I have to start cutting and clipping and pressing and all of that. All right, there we go. So I have a long string now. Let's see, I can separate my familial emotions from the situation and focus on the scientific facts of her decline. I don't think the rest of my family can. Yeah. I am very much like you, Cynthia, in that. So, like when my brother-in-law passed away, I had been his primary caregiver. And when my husband struggled, which, I mean, it's his brother, I get it. When my husband struggled, I was the one keeping a cool head. Like, I was still upset and I wasn't going to let him talk to me any way he wanted to, but I understood. So, all right, let's see. What do I need to do? Do I want I'm going to try pressing these open this time. I'm always the one they ask to come to the hospital to listen to the doctor and explain in elementary terms what he or she said. Yeah, I was doing that too. I was doing that. It's not an easy life. When my husband and I got married, we got married in 17. And then by that summer, we got married in January. By that summer, we were down living to take care of his brother. And he passed away in February of 19. And aside from the short period of time where he cut everybody out of his life and tried to go everything on his own, aside from that short period of time, I was his primary contact for everything, power of attorney, all of that. So I get the struggle. I spent a lot of time at the hospital and doctor's visits and all of it. And he was very much like your sister, didn't take care of what he had. If he had lived longer, he probably would have had amputations and such as well, because he also had diabetes. Diabetes is really hard on someone's body when they don't take care of themselves. So I'm with you on it. All right, so I might actually have 2 blocks done tonight. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Wouldn't that be awesome? Other sisters and I did not expect her to make it through the end of 24. uh, isn't that always the case, though? The people who want to slide into the grave sideways with as many, scars or whatever as they can get are usually the ones that outlive those of us who act like we should. I don't know why that ends up happening that way, but it's, oh my gosh. Can I be jealous? Can I be slightly jealous? All right. So I was wrong about how many blocks I was going to be able to make because I thought I could only make one out of each of these stacks. So I'm going to have a lot more blocks when I'm done with all of this than I honestly thought I was going to have. So I guess we're going to have to recalculate the number of blocks when all this is said and done. Oh. I did not think it was going to be this nice and pretty. So I'm kind of surprised. Kind of surprised. All right. So when I get done with the project that I'm working on that I need to get done before the end of July, this may actually be my travel project. I may sew a lot of this on Quinn. I might. So if you've not met Quinn yet, I haven't brought her on the live yet. I just mentioned her. She is my newest machine. She is not a Bernina. She is a brother. She is a SQ9285. And she's not big enough to really do a whole lot of quilting. But she's working. She's worked, or she will work. And she's not that bad. She's not a Bernina, but that's okay. She doesn't need to be a Bernina. She doesn't need to be. I'm going to try on this block to press all my seams open and see how much flatter the block lays. And we'll go from there. See if I really need to starch every block after I get done with it, or, just the troublesome ones. And I think this is the only block, these two will be the only blocks with the background that's pieced together. I think I only needed to piece it to make one square. Let's see, 4 of us have diabetes. I knew it would happen eventually. After the birth of my 18-year-old, I continued testing my sugar every other week when I started having pre-diabetes numbers. Yes. So it runs in my family. Both parents have it, and grandparents on both sides have it. So diabetes doesn't just run in my family, it gallivants and hangs out. So I don't think my brother has diabetes, but I went and had surgery to help me lose weight so that I would not go down that road, and that was my only saving grace with it, is having that surgery delayed me from getting diabetes when I was going to originally, and put me on a path to a little bit healthier lifestyle than what I was on before. That's been years now, though. But it's still working. It's still working. I'm very, very aware of what I eat and how I eat. Oh gosh, Susan says that her oldest brother and her son both have it. Yes. Yeah, it loves to hang out in families. So I had my late grandmother had it. Did not take care of herself very well. She was definitely an insulin junkie, if you will. She'd, do like a lot of those who use insulin for managing their diabetes do. And she would, shoot up whatever insulin she needed for whatever she just ate. And she'd eat whatever she wanted to and just, give her body the insulin to handle it. But I don't think she was that conscious of what she was doing with it. And then my late grandfather on the other side is the one that had it, and he passed away when my mom was 14. So not that he didn't make it there for. Oh, absolutely, Judy. She says, "Tammy and friends, you have a great night. Her bed is speaking to her." So have a good night, Judy. Thank you for being here. We greatly appreciate it over here at the Siberian Wind. Yes, it is important to watch your numbers. That is incredibly lucky, Laura. Reset every day for a week, 3 times per day. Then called my doctor to set up an appointment to show him. I was diagnosed with it around 2015, 3 or 4 years ago. Now having to reduce. Oh, good. Reducing your insulin dose is a good sign. It's a very good sign. Very, very good sign. All right, so this block I am absolutely pressing every seam open so far. I think the only one that I won't press open is the half hourglasses. So we're gonna see if I need to or if I can get away without doing it. All right, so let me position these half square triangles real quick. And let me grab, let's see, these are going to go here. Okay. I have to reorient myself every time I sit down with this because it's not ingrained into me yet. Yes, please let us know how everything goes, Laura. Absolutely. Absolutely, please. All right, so I've got all of those in place. Now for my half square triangle pieces that are going to complete my hourglasses. And that one's going to go there. That one's going there. This pink is actually much more pink than the last one. Much more pink. Okay. So maybe you guys will be able to see the pink more. Front row seat of watching what it will do to your body. You don't want complications. Yes. Yeah, you've got goals. You've got long-term goals, and if you don't manage your health, you won't meet them. So yeah, that's incredibly important. I'm glad you were able to take that stance on your health. My son was doing really well, then he had a bad episode and was in the hospital for a couple of days. Now he's insulin dependent. Ouch. Ouch, ouch. I don't want to shoot myself with needles. I think that's my big thing, is I don't want to do the needles. My husband's father was type 1. Yes. That's good that he's watching his diet, Laura. That's really good. Both of my parents, so my dad is hyperglycemic and my mom is hypoglycemic. So I could have gone literally either way. Before my stomach surgery in 2016, I was headed toward the hyperglycemic. But I've managed to learn how to eat properly for my body. So I think I'm okay for right now. Yes, Laura, thank you. We will all be waiting to hear. We'll all be waiting to hear. I will be on live with William and Jess tomorrow night. I don't know what I'll be working on yet during the live, but I will be there. 1 of 7 kids. All 7 have it. Some of it is genetic, yeah. A lot of... Dang, all 7 have it. Ugh. So my husband's family has diabetes in the family, and all but him and I believe his sister have escaped the diabetes diagnoses. I'm not sure about his sister anymore, if she's still non-diabetic or not. I don't know. So, absolutely. Yes, Susan. least you can all bond over whose insulin pens are, you know, who's in the fridge when you'll all spend time together. Random things, right? Most random things. All right, so these are the half hourglasses that go on the outside. I am not going to press these open. I'm not going to fight with it. At least not for this block. We'll see if I need to do it for the others after this block. I think this seam, this one seam in the block not being pressed open will not hurt me. I think it'll be okay. So we're going to see how this one comes out as far as flatness. Now that other one came out really, really flat with the starch. But if I can avoid doing that, I'd like to avoid doing that. But I will do it if I need to. I will if I need to. All right. My iron is putting out a lot of steam. A lot of steam. I hope it is closer to 4 hours as well, Laura. That's going to be a long day regardless. 4 hours of waiting is like 14 hours of being on your feet working at a fast pace. It's that taxing on your body to do that. All right, so we are going to go trim all of these because it doesn't matter about position until they're trimmed. And my dog is completely passed out this time. So maybe I'll get by without getting the foot all over me thing. All right, good. So 2 1/8 is going to work. So it's a really odd measurement to trim to, but all of my blocks were really odd measurements to trim to anyway. Absolutely, Laura. Thank you. She said she might drop in on William's live tomorrow night, which would be fantastic. I'd love to see you there if you feel up to it. Don't push yourself. That is the one requirement. Do not push yourself. You can always come and comment on this video or comment on tomorrow night's live or Tuesday night's live as well and leave it there because I will catch it from there too. I will. Because I am checking my comments almost every day. But since I know that, you know, you'll be relaying information, I will probably be checking like more regularly. More than just once a day. Hey, Andrea, welcome in. Okay, so William is my so-called life. It's my SEW called life. He is a content creator based out of California in the Los Angeles area, general area. And he is primarily a garment sewer, but he is the late night celebrity. He is totally the late night celebrity for everything. He's always up much later than all the rest of them. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, comment on any of my videos and it works. Yes, Cynthia, she is having a swallow test done tomorrow. She has been under the weather, not able to keep anything down, and losing weight that she doesn't really need to be losing. So they're going to see if they can solve what the issue is. William's live is usually about 8:50 p.m. Mountain Time, so 7:50 p.m., so just before 8 o'clock Pacific Time. That is usually his Monday night time. If he goes any earlier, I tend to have to miss. But as long as he keeps to that normal time, I should be able to make it. And Jess is almost always there, so yeah, I try to make it on Monday nights now. There you go. That's a much smaller answer than mine. Laura says, Cynthia, tomorrow I have a swallow test to see if I have additional blockages in my GI tract. Yeah, that is the much smaller answer. I do the long drawn out answers, guys. Just saying. Just saying. All right. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Cynthia. She says she's praying for you, Laura. We want you to be feeling better soon. It's my so-called hang on. Let me type it into the chat. Or you know what? Let's do this. Let me go grab. He doesn't already have the video up for tomorrow. There you go, Cynthia. Got it. Oh, I completely get that, Marlene. Or Andrea, she says she's been here. She's just had a bah humbug kind of day. Yeah, it's been a crazy, rough day for me as well. So I get it. I totally get it. Let me go grab that channel real quick. And I want to grab a link to it because I am going to be over there tomorrow. So tomorrow night. And does he have it? He does not have it scheduled yet. He usually gets it scheduled sometime around the afternoon. So it's not scheduled yet. So you can't jump ahead and go click on it. This is his channel link. So you can click that, go check out his channel, subscribe or whatever, so you can get notifications about it. And that might make it a little bit easier. My bah humbug was my quilting machine not cooperating. Beauty was not cooperating with me today, no matter what I asked of her. So we are going to be calling the doctors tomorrow, the machine doctors tomorrow, and ask them how they're going to fix it for me, because she hasn't worked right since I started her up after bringing her home. So it is not anything I did, is something that they did, and they got to fix it. So she's too expensive to be a paperweight. And I really don't want to have to take the quilt off the machine or off the frame to get her to the service if I have to do that. I'm worried about this because I've never been in this low weight. Yes. Yeah, losing a lot of weight is incredibly scary. And that's not good to be losing that much weight. When I got sick in April and could not keep anything down, that was their first concern, was what my starting weight was before I started getting sick. Because that was one of their diagnostic tools to figure out why I was not feeling so well. You're a lot more functional than I was, though, which is a true testament to your strength. Hi, Zaza. Welcome in. Glad you're here. I think I saw you chat in Tiffany's live, maybe? I wasn't there for long. I didn't even chat, guys. So don't get mad at me. I did not even chat. I wasn't saying hi to anyone. I wasn't saying bye to anyone. I just clicked over there and watched for a few minutes. I normally watch most of Tiffany's lives when I can, but I didn't even do that today. I was not getting it today. It is not happening. All right, but it does look like we are going to have 2 of these blocks. So that's not too bad. For as detailed as these blocks are, it's not bad to be able to get 2 of them done. Yeah, absolutely. We're talking about Texas. Yes. Yeah, I hear you, Andrea. I hear you. Oh, Zaza's too sore to sleep. Okay, why are you sore? What did you do that you weren't supposed to do? A drive-by thumbs up. I like that. Oh, you're fine, Andrea. You're not. You weren't intending to bring anybody down. I think everybody knows that. You are not the bring everybody down type of person. So, no, you're good. You are absolutely good. I want this to be a safe space where you guys can share what's going on. And Sunday night is definitely the forum for that because it's laid back, it's kicked back, it's relaxed time. Unless we got one of the guys on here. When we got the guys on here, it's hit or miss, right? When we got either Sean or Tom on here, it's kind of hit or miss. And my husband keeps updating me. He used to live in Texas at one point, but I have not been following it, but I don't follow much of any of the news, primarily because I have enough on my plate without checking into it. Polycystic liver disease? Oh no. And you haven't done anything you should. You have done something you shouldn't. You have polycystic liver disease. You got that. You're not supposed to have that. Not that you can do anything about it. But you know, when you get something that's a chronic illness, it can be hard. The flooding is terrible. You are not wrong on that. The children that are still missing, yes. It's rough. It's rough, guys. Hi, Jennifer. Welcome in. Glad you're here. Glad you made it. I'm not doing that because of you joining in. I promise. Totally unrelated. Somebody was asking me, you were genetic and born with it. Okay, see? So that's what you shouldn't have done. You shouldn't have been born into a family with it. That's all it is. I'm trying to lighten it up. I'm trying. I might be failing miserably, but I'm trying. So where was I gonna go with that? Think. So I had somebody asking me about my tattoo today. Ooh, good question. Laura's asking if there's anything that will help the pain. I didn't even go along those roads. I should have. It's a very, very insightful question. So my tattoo says only laughs and knives left. And because I'm a spoonie, if you don't know what spoon theory is, you can look up spoon theory. If you're familiar with it, then this will be old news. Everybody starts their day with a set number of spoons. Like, let's say I start my day with 12 spoons, and you start your day with 12 spoons. We each have the same number. You go to take a shower, and that takes half of a spoon, or maybe a full spoon for you. And it takes 4 or 5 for me. So I'm already down to 8 on the conservative side. Then we both fix breakfast. And even if we're fixing the same thing, yours only takes 1 spoon, so you still have 10 after shower and breakfast, or fixing breakfast. And it took me another 2, so instead of having my 8, I now have 6. So I have already used half of my day's allowances just on a shower and fixing myself breakfast. So I can wear myself out pretty darn easily. And it's part of fibromyalgia. When your body is always in pain, you can't regenerate. You can't recover. There's just so many things your body will not let you do. And so in spoon theory, when you run out of spoons, what do you grab? You grab a fork, right? Because, if you're going to eat something, if you don't have a spoon, you grab a fork. Heat and strong pain meds normally help, but it's not working tonight. This can end up with me being in hospital, which I hate. I bet you do hate it. I would hate being in the hospital just for the pain. Yeah. Ugh. I hope it eases up, Zaza. I really do. But so yeah, if I run out of spoons, you grab forks, right? Well, and you can take this as spicily as you want to take it. But when you run out of forks, all you got left is knives, right? That's all that's left in the silverware drawer. Once you run out of spoons and forks, you start with the knives. That's all you got left. So I've got laughs, because laughter is the best thing in the world. Laughter keeps me going. It keeps me from focusing on the pain, focusing on all of the other stuff. But so all I've got left is laughter, and I got knives. I'm out of spoons. I'm out of forks. I have no forks to give. And yes, you can take that as spicily as you want. But I have no forks to give. So yeah, that's what my tattoo says, and that's what it means. Now there's a little bit more to it than just that, but that's the majority of my tattoo. The longest part of it. No sporks. No sporks either. No sporks. I don't even know where you would buy a spork. Like, I know you can get sporks, and I know, like, Taco Bell. Does Taco Bell still do sporks? I know they used to with, like, the nachos. Like, if you got the, like, nachos Bel Grande or whatever, this is tells you how long it's been since I've eaten that. Absolutely, Susan. She's falling asleep and close to her bedtime, so she's saying goodnight. Good night, Susan. Sleep well and wake refreshed. Amazon. No, I'm not ordering sporks on Amazon just to have them. Good try, though. Oh, good try. Very good try. Oh, I am hoping that this little vacuum thing where you can vacuum the pet hair off the pet is on sale during the Prime Days, which start in 2 days. So we're going to see if it's on sale. If it's on sale, I may go ahead and get it, because brushing the dog out that way could be a morning ritual and possibly cut down on the dog hair in the apartment. So that would cut down on all the other stuff that I have to do to keep control of the dog hair. So we're going to see. We are going to see. Oh, I didn't think about pressing these seams open, joining these rows, but I think I like the nesting, so I'm going to leave it. Oh, Joan won't be far from it either. Yeah, we've got less than 15 minutes, guys. Less than 15 minutes. I'm going to finish this block up and then get it pressed and show you guys. And then we'll just be closing up stuff. We'll be closing down the shop for the night. It's our normal Sunday routine. Absolutely normal routine. Can I go with you, Laura? I just gotta get my passport renewed. I haven't had a passport since 2009, I don't think. Best thing for getting the hair out of my dogs was a scalp massager. They loved it too. See, the thing is, with that, it would still be, like, I've got a really, really good brush that I like. It's a Furminator brush, and I can't even find them now. Like, I can't find them in stores or whatever. I think they go under a different name now, but when I bought mine, it was called the Furminator. And it really gets into his undercoat and gets all that extra hair up. But then I still have a pile of dog hair to dispose of that I have to gather up off of whatever. And like, as I'm grooming him, when I brush him, I've got to clean the brush, and then I've got to clean it up from wherever I cleaned it up to. Like, it's all this back and forth. So I was looking at that because it's a built-in vacuum to it, a low volume vacuum. So I was gonna see if that would work. My husband's research showed that I'm actually more Scottish than Irish, which is what I was told from the great grandparents. Oh, good deal. Binding on a baby quilt. Yay! That's awesome. Congratulations, Pam. Congrats. Now, I do have a lot of quilts to bind. So, one of these Sundays is going to be a binding. Hi, Katie. Glad you're here. Welcome in. And guys, since we're like less than 10 minutes or less than 15 minutes down, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, please. I greatly appreciate it. An attachment that fits on my vacuum that I detach my puggies with. They have thick undercoats. Yes, they do. Most people don't think about pugs having a thick undercoat, but they really do. So my whole problem is that the regular vacuum that I've got, it does have a dog hair thing, but it's for like vacuuming upholstery. And I just don't want to put him on that. Yes. So Zaza says there's a couple of people I know who brush their dogs out. Our dogs went out walking them. When I brushed mine outside, the birds would grab it. Yes, they will. They absolutely will. So I, for a while, was I have a flower pot on my patio. And so for a little bit, I was actually putting the dog hair into the flower pot for the birds to come grab. Because if I just let it go, it's going to blow all over everybody's apartments. Oh, you got the attachment off of Amazon. Ooh, very cool. Well, that would be my backup option. My vacuum is so loud. I don't know that I could handle listening to it every day. And this thing should sit on my nightstand. My vacuum cleaner will not do that. My vacuum cleaner is very big. All right, let me swap this over. I'm still going to starch it. It's a lot better with a lot of those seams pressed open than the first one, but it still needs starch, just to be Tammy happy. So it's going to make me happy by being starched and being a little bit flatter. I am shocked that I'm still not through the last of my starch supply, but I'm getting there. I'm slowly getting there. Oh, Cynthia, you crack me up. She says, why have I never thought to brush my shutter outside? Genius idea, right? We have a brush that resembles a rake, and we use it on our Border Collie and our Australian Shepherd. Yeah, the Furminator, it is kind of like a rake, but it's got curved teeth at the end, and then it's got a separate set of teeth in there as well, and it just it literally sorts it all and cuts it all the way. It really does work. So the Furminator is a really good brush. So don't get me wrong, it really does work. But I want to be able to do this every day, and I don't want to put a trash can by my bed because of the space, how I've got the space. So I want it to be easy, and right now it's not easy. All right, so this is block 2. So I've got the purple in your bottom right. Pink is in the top right. I've got green and then cream. I need to find a new home for my Furminator. Yeah. All right, so this is the 2 different blocks. Okay. So let's do this. Let me rotate them. Okay, so the only difference between these 2 blocks is the cream and pink are reversed. So in this block, the pink is up top, and this block, the pink is actually down below, but the pink is very, very hidden because the prints are so bold. So 2 mostly identical blocks, and they are both done and starched, and I made 2 out of each stack or each thing. So each pack of 4, and I still have squares left over. So I can partner these squares up that I have left over with whatever I have left over later and make more. So I'm looking at well more than 30 something blocks that I was thinking I was going to make. So we're going to be able to make a ton of these blocks. He gets his Furminator package at Spotty, right? Yeah, you're right, Katie. They are not cheap. The Furminators were not cheap. Mine, I don't remember what I paid for it. No, I'm looking for I want the vacuum one. I want the one that vacuums. Because my next dog, I'm already starting to prep mentally for what I'm going to need to do when I get my next dog, because it's going to be a bigger. I've got one. I need the vacuum version. I want the vacuum thing that you can vacuum the dog with. And I don't remember what it's called, but I put it on my Amazon list today. So it's not called a Furminator. True. Andrea says that she would hang on to it. You could have another one in the future. And even if you don't, they are incredibly hard to find now. So it might not be a bad thing to hang on to. All right, so the thing I put on my wish list is the Uproot Clean Pet Groomer Vacuum 7-in-1 kit. So I can trim paw pads at the same time. Oh, Furby. Ugh. The little talking thing. Ugh. Those creeped me out a little bit. Just saying, those creeped me out a little bit. I understand that, Katie. Well, if you decide to send it my direction, if it's exactly like what I've already got, then I will send it on to someone else. So that way you don't have to track down addresses or whatever, since you should already have mine. So you can absolutely send it to me, and then I will part it out to someone else if I don't need it. So my next dog will be a Pyrenees. If all of the stars align, my next dog will be a Pyrenees, which Paladin is already a double-coated dog, and he sheds every day. But a Pyrenees will shed even more than a lab. Even more than a lab. So I will continue having. Yeah, that's fine. Either way, Katie. Yeah. And if somebody wants it, if you don't want to reach out to Katie directly, reach out through me. That's fine. So once she sends a picture, we'll go from there. So I have this entire stack of white squares, my background, and then I have stacks upon stacks upon stacks of all of my others. So I'm going to pack it up while I'm sitting here. Now, I pulled out 2 fabrics. My daughter has a German Shepherd service dog. He sheds like crazy. Yeah, they do. German Shepherds shed as much as labs. I know that sounds like not the truth, but it is. So I found this in my stash, guys. And look at how close that matches. With a little border, you won't be able to tell that it's not the exact same shade. German Cheddar, yeah, right? Floby, yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, no. That's still funny, though. It's still funny. So I have this. I have scraps left over from cutting these squares. So if I run into a situation where I need like one more square or something, or a couple more squares, I still have a little bit left over. Plus, from the same line, I still have the border print, the vertical stripe border print that I can pair with it. And I still have gray to pair with this. I do also have this, but now that I'm looking at it, I don't think it matches very well. So we'll see. We've had 3 male sheps, 4 females during my adult life, and I prefer the males over the females. See, okay. So I am with you on that, Katie. Hands down, I am getting another male dog. I bond with them better. I do not bond with female dogs. And I don't know if there's a specific reason why I don't bond with them well, but at least I know for a fact I don't bond with them well. We don't end up getting along and having a deep relationship like I do with my male dogs. My male dogs, I definitely have a different relationship. Wait until Timmy goes night night, green fabric shopping, right? I found that and decided that it was perfect for this thing. And I think I hit the jackpot with it because I really do think it was just the right fit. And I'm not having a retreat this weekend, so you can't really go shopping. You'd have to wait until retreat again to go shopping in my stash. That's the way this works. Didn't you know? You gotta do it while I'm doing retreat. You waited too late. All right. So I've now got two squares, and I've got 4 extra, so 1 of each of the larger squares. So I will have these left over for making more blocks. So I will end up having more left over as the project goes. And it's going to be a slow going process. So you guys will probably see this project a few more times. So hope you like it because you're going to see it. Females are more aloof when it comes to herding dogs. Males are more lovable and easy to bond with. Now, having said that, female dachshunds are easy to bond with, but they do love their dads. See, I can't. All of my male dogs have liked my significant other. However, all of my female dogs could not care less about me. They would listen. They would do what I asked, but they honestly did not care at all about me. I was the least favorite person in the room. Now, if I was the only person, I get attention. But if I was not the only person in the room, their dad or a son of mine or something would honestly be first priority. So I'm not doing that. Hers is male. She has started having seizures, so they are in the process of training him to alert her before a seizure comes on. Fantastic. Fantastic. All right, guys. Before I do that a whole lot more, I 3D printed some sew tights, including the magnet. 50 costs under $5.50 or £5.50. That's crazy. That's so crazy because I've looked into some sew tights because I wondered if I could do that for my long arm frame versus the clips because it wouldn't take up as much room. That's crazy, Zaza. Thank you, Katie. She's reminding everybody, if you have not hit that thumbs up button, please do so. Oh, see, I've never been a female's favorite. So even when I've been over at friends' houses and they've got female dogs, the female dogs will go up and sniff everyone but me. Like, I am not the favorite at all. And so I'm not a female dog person. It's okay. So, okay, well, I'm going to get off here, guys. It has been so much fun. Thank you for being here. If you've not hit that thumbs up, please do it. If you have not turned on your notifications for Tuesday night, go click over to my Tuesday night video. Go ahead and turn on notifications so that way you know that it is coming up. That way you know when I go live. I'm so sorry, guys. Oh, here's prize buying that, right? See, I didn't have to do any of that, Andrea. I didn't have to do anything specific. Good question. Nanette is asking Zaza where you found the magnets. So guys, if you have not petted some fabric today, go pet some fabric before you go get in bed. Get that serotonin boost, get the dopamine hit, get all of the good warm fuzzies from petting your fabric. And if you've not put needle to thread and you have a little bit of energy left, do that before you get in bed, because Monday starts a very long week and I will be here for you Tuesday and Thursday night and then back on Sunday. So don't forget, come hang out, come spend time with me. I appreciate every last one of you. So have a good time until I see you again on